Hi all, today we are going to discuss an important topic from dispensing optics, that is the frame and its parts. So what is a frame? It is a part of the spectacle that holds the lens in front of the eye. So other than the lens, all that is holding the lens in front of the eye is called a frame. So the frame has many other parts. As here you can see, there is an end piece, bridge, shield, the eye wire or rim, and the nose pad. As we know, refractive errors are a common eye disorder in our country. So it can be corrected either by the use of spectacle or contact lens or by the refractive surgeries. But why spectacle is most commonly preferred? Because it is cheaper and it is easier to dispense as well. More than an accurate prescription, the spectacle also should be comfortable for the patient, it should be affordable, and it should aesthetically be suitable for the person's face. The quality of the lens and fitting of the lens is also a very important factor. Then counseling about the use and maintaining of the spectacles will also affect the customer's wearing experience. Other than that, stock keeping and order processing is also a factor which we have to look at. What is a temple? A temple is the part of the specs that holds the lens in front of the eye. Sorry, this is the frame. Temple is nothing but the side of the spectacle which is connecting us to the frame front, and it is resting over the ears, our ear. So these are the parts of a temple, as you can see. This is the bend and this is the earpiece which surrounds our ear, and this portion is called the shaft. This is called the shaft, and after the bend it covers around our ear. And there is a shield and also a dowel hole on the temple. And as you can see, from this portion till the dowel hole is called as the butt portion. So these are the parts of a temple. Shield is nothing but a rivet that is supporting the hinge of the spectacle. As you can see, here is the diagram for the temple. If we look at the types of temples, there are many kinds of shapes. First is the skull. Skull temple is the most common temple that is used. It is more comfortable for those people who wear their specs for a long period of time. It fits easily on the ear and bends slightly to fit the skull and lightly hug the head. It is just bending slightly to fit our skull, and it is easy to fit. As you can see, this is the example of a skull temple. The next type of temple is the library. This temple is just a straight line with rarely a slightly bend at the very tip. It is suitable for those who need to remove their spectacles many times a day, as in reading glasses. This is the example of a library which is almost a straight line. The next type of temple is called as a riding bow or cable. It has a curved end piece and it fits around the ear. We can see a curved earpiece in the riding bow or cable type of temple. It is hugging the ear and is more difficult to remove and it is hugging the ear, it is more difficult for us to remove it. But it is very ideal for those who are very active, whose job is like that, or even for children. This is called as the cable temple. The last but not the least is the convertible type of temple. It looks like a straight line without any bend, but it can be converted in any shape we want, and it is for the comfort of the wearer. Now after temple comes a part of the frame called hinge. It is the hinge that connects temple to the front of the frame. So the hinge is made of metal, which is made of two leaves. One is attaching to the front and other to the temple, which when aligned form a barrel with a hole. When the two leaves, one attached to the front and other to the temple, when they are aligned, they form a barrel with a hole that is called the dowel hole. These two parts are fixed together by a pin running through the dowel hole. In that hole there is a pin that is fixing it together. Each leaf will be having many loops in the ratio of 1:2 or so and so. As the number of loop is increasing, thickness of the loop is getting decreased. So the strength of the hinge will also get reduced. These are the traditional type of hinges. One more point is, if the temple is made of the memory metal which is flexible, then there is no hinge required in the frame at all. There is something called as the spring hinges, which uses spring tension to press the temple of the frame closer to the side of the head. It is using a spring, and that gives a closer, snugger fit, but it is more expensive. As you can see in this picture, this is a traditional flat hinge. Here there is something called as a stack hinge. Here you can see a ball kind of hinge, shaped hinge. Then this is the aerodynamic hinge. This is a kind of twisted hinge, and this is an hingeless frame. When we talk about other parts of the frame, there is something called eye wire. It is the rim that holding our lenses. The eye wire can be also said as a groove that is running along its inner surface, wherein the lens, inside which the lenses are inserted. End piece is the extreme outer extended portion of the frame, on the right and left of the frame near the temple. So this is the end piece, behind which there is hinge, and behind that there is temple. The eye wire, lens, bridge and the end piece all together form the front of the frame, and front of the frame and temples are mostly made of the same material. Bridge is the portion that is connecting the two lenses. This is called the bridge. With the bridge there also comes nose pad, which are a part of the frame that will rest on our nose. They look small, as if like this. In plastic frames, the nose pad are usually the part of the frame itself. Most of the plastic frames have their nose pad like it is the part of the frame itself. As you can see, under the bridge of the nose there is a nose pad attached with the frame, just like the part of the frame itself. In the plastic nose pad there is a type called saddle, and the shape of the saddle just looks like a bridge. Then there is a modified saddle. It has the even more bulging surface at both the sides, and hence it increases the surfacing area that will rest on our nose. These are examples of saddle, and this is the modified saddle. There is something called a keyhole bridge that will be narrower at the upper surface of the nose and wider at the bottom. Just like this. In the metal frames, the nose pads can be either fixed or adjustable. If it is fixed, there is something called as the saddle type plastic pads, which is fixed by means of a screw or clip. It can be clipped on. It is a hard material which is made of acetone. The plastic pads are attached by the screw. But in the metal frames, there is also another option for the nose pads, that is the adjustable. It has the small metal arms on the nasal part of the eye wire. So the small metal arm will hold the self-adjustable nose pads. So it is called the nose pad arms. It is made of a soft, flexible material like silicone. So this is all about the parts of a frame. Let us see about more interesting topics in our next video.